Good morning. About 7 a.m. Thursday, November 30th, 2023. Best baseball player of the year, 1929. 1920s has been an interesting decades to look at who is the best baseball player for each year in the decade. I take 13 offensive categories. I look to see who won the most categories for the year. Just for update, here are the categories. Batting average, most hits, home runs, triples, doubles, singles. Runs batted in, runs scored. Slugging, on-base percentage, base on balls, stolen bases, and total bases. 13 categories. Who won, combining all the National and American League players, the most categories for a certain year? This video, 1929. Who won it? Lefty O'Doul. Have you heard of him? He's not in the Hall of Fame. But for that year, he won 4 offensive categories. Where did he win? Most hits. He had 254 hits in the year. Didn't win the... And by having the most hits, he won the batting title. He had a 398. Imagine you're a ball player and your goal is 400 and you bat 398. Just 2-point difference. He also won the on-base percentage. 413 that year. That's 3 categories. What was the 4th one? Had the most singles. 181 of them. So he's got 4 out of the 13 categories. Now Babe Ruth, for the 1920s, has been winning just about every year. A couple years he didn't win it when he didn't play long enough. He won 1920 and 1921. He won 1923 and 24. And he won 26, 27, and 28. But 1929 goes to Lefty O'Doul because Babe Ruth, for that year, 1929, only won 1 category. Home runs, 46. A lot of other guys had good years. Hornsby had the most total bases. Kiki Kyler, stolen bases. Max Bishop, base on balls. Slugging. Ruth won the home runs and the slugging, so he had 2 categories. But Lefty O'Doul has 4. Hornsby had two categories. He had the runs scored and the total bases. Hack Wilson had 159 RBIs. That was better than the Babe. Lloyd Wayner had the triples. Who is Lefty O'Doul, you ask? Well, he started his career in 1919, went through 1934, just 11 years. Not Hall of Fame. 11 years, he had 1,100 hits. About 100 hits a year average. But 1929, what a year. He plays 154 games and has 638 at-bats. Legitimate. And gets 254 hits. Now this is an era, 1929. There's a lot of good pitching and a lot of good teams. He gets 254 hits and bats 398. Struck out 19 times. That qualifies 1929 for him. Beat everybody else as far as the best for that year. 398 batting average. 35 doubles. He had 32 home runs. But I think this is about the only time we're going to mention Lefty O'Doul. Did you know that he had a career batting average of 349? But It's only in 3,000 at bats, so it's not enough at bats. You need about 7,500, maybe 8,000, even 10,000 to really be considered what a lifetime career batting average is. I mean, Cobb 366, but he had over 11,000 at bats. Roger Hornsby had about 8,000 at bats, bats 358. You got O'Doul at 349, but 3,200 at bats is not enough. He need to double that, and could he have maintained that average? We don't know. See, he got going 1928 with about 114 games, bats 319. See, but in 1929 he breaks out 398. Next year, plays 140 games, bats 383. Not bad, very good in fact. 1931 336. 1932 368. 1933 he slips, goes down to 284. And those are the years between 1928 and 1933. He's playing almost the whole season, and we're gauging how his batting average is. But after that, didn't play as much. 1933, 43 games, 33. And then about 1934, 80 games. So actually, 1933, about 100 games. And then he slips down to 83 games. And then at age 37, he retires. You know what happened to him? He started at age 22. But he went 5 years between 1923 and 1928 without playing. 5 years. I don't know what happened during that time. You have to read his biography if he has one. I like that 349 career batting average, but it's not a measure because he only played 970 games. See, Cobb played 3,000 games. Hornsby over 2,000 games. This guy only has 1,000 games. What can we say about Lefty O'Doul? What we'll say is this. For the year 1929, he's the best baseball player. That's about as much as we can say about him. Okay? Comes out of nowhere and has a great year. All right, 1930 is next. Stay tuned. I'm out.